Okay, so welcome. Yay. We're here for inner child, which I'm always happy to share and guide because, as far as my own healing, that has been one of the greatest gifts being introduced to the inner child. So, you guys here have a printout of, we don't have to look at it or even refer to it. And you guys at home, I sent you a PDF. Um, but this is just kind of an outline. If I forget to say something and you're like, what happens is we're going to do this and it'll be amazing. And then you'll go home and be like, what the hell just happened? So, this piece of paper will help just kind of remind you of what we did. You can also take notes or write down any experiences, and there will be some follow up afterwards. So, thank you for being here. Like I said, I'm thrilled to share this. So, what are we doing today? Inner child. So, the concept of the inner child is that we are born perfect, our authentic selves, our whole, pure spiritual essence. And we come to earth with our soul's mission. And through our karma and our relationships, we learn certain ways of being, whether it's through thought forms being passed down to us, things that people say to us, or trauma itself. So we learn ways of being, and then we become an adult, and sometimes things are happening in our life and we're like, wait, I don't like this, or it makes me uncomfortable. And often, when it comes to the inner child, the concept is that during those difficulties as a child, that we're always doing the best we can, and those around us are too, but our whole soul, little parts of it goes boop, shuts off, or even like fragments, which means like a part of ourselves is like, you know what, this is too much for me, because our authentic self is complete love and light, and earth, we all know, is quite challenging. So when those pure parts of ourselves have to deal with some of the earth stuff that's really the complete opposite of the unconditional love that we are, there can be either a shutting down or a taking off. So the idea with this experience that we're all going to do here today is that we're going to call back the part of ourselves that has either been shut off or has taken off. Now, you don't have to just in being here, you have the intention to heal. So I would just, before we get started, I'm going to let Sue talk about some of what we have here to help support us energetically, but so that you know, there's nothing that needs to happen for you today. You don't have to be like, well, I couldn't visualize, or I didn't know, or it kept switching ages. Whatever your experience is, you're going to have a recording of this afterwards too. So you can replay it, you can go back. What I find for myself when I'm receiving this type of a healing is that I kind of like waver between this side and my subconscious. And if your nervous system happens to be super active today, you might be more on the this side of things with your mind racing. So know that we're accessing Reiki energy and other shamanic techniques. So if you're uncomfortable at certain times, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe there's an energetic shift happening. You know, when it comes to the inner child, we want to think of ourselves like as the parent in this. So um, I know for myself, when I've gone through some healing, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take it all on. And there's almost been like a little bit of like an energetic arm in that. Like, I'm tough. I can do this. So I would prefer you just take it easy and more think about how can I wrap myself in this experience and loving awareness, as opposed to I'm going to fix this today. Because the minute we say that, we're just using another coping mechanism. This is all about love and reclaiming that love within ourselves. So, with that, I'm gonna let Sue for a moment here just talk about what we have going on. Um, for you guys at home, we have beautiful crystal grid in the center here, and I'll show you in a moment. Yeah.
Hi everyone. Well, first, when I walked in the room, we were talking about Jupiter, the Jupiter Kazee, which is, I don't know if everyone knows what a Kazee is, but in astrology, it's when a celestial body planet is in very close to the sun in terms of an astrological chart. It's 1 or so degree away from the sun. And the word Kazini, its origins, I believe, is it Sanskrit? I can't remember. What is it? Am I right? Is it Sanskrit?
I'm gonna mute. I don't know if they meant to say
that. Okay. It means in the heart of. So the planet, in this case Jupiter, is in the heart of the sun. So it is being amplified. The properties of the planet or celestial body are amplified when it's that close to the sun. And Jupiter is an auspicious planet. It is about good luck and good fortune and abundance and many, many good things. So when we think of that, we think of manifestation, which I think we all know what that is, and most people think of manifestation in certain terms. But ultimately, the best frequency we can be when we want to manifest is our authentic self. So what Maggie was saying, this process that we're going to that helps us get to a little bit more of our authenticity is only beneficial when we want to manifest that which we want. So it's perfect
and
that it's happening today.
what we want is what we are. So what we desire is already here. The idea spiritually is that something's in the way of you realizing that. So energetically, cosmically. Couldn't it be at a better time? What time is it? 2:36?
2:36.
All right, I better get us on the energy before that.
So the crystals that we have here, the quartz, not the big monster in the middle, that's just cool. But the others are called inner child quartz, or also bridge quartz. And what that means is geologically, they have another stone either within it or kind of growing in or out of it. So this one has many different points kind of wedging through. There are also some smaller stones that you can see.
So it's the stones within the stones. So this is supporting
literally
the inner within.
Has what looks like a tube through it. So so geologically they call it a bridge quartz, but spiritually an inner child, because what you can think of is that the stone can help bridge your outer self to your inner self, or your present self to your past self. So this is here to amplify our intentions today. And in addition, the rose quartz double terminated stones. So double terminated as a shape is said to transmute energy. So that's what we're trying to do today is transmute our energy with love. And rose quartz is the quintessential stone of love. So that's what we have here for you today.
Thank you. So why don't we just get started? We're going to, you can put your papers to the side. I want everyone to get into the most comfortable position that's possible. So that could be sitting up, that could be laying down. You're not stuck in one position. If you are laying down here, head towards the crystals. We'll open your crown chakra if you want to. Again, comfort is going to be the most important thing. So you guys at home too, just finding as comfortable as a position as possible. That's really key here. If you need to move during the session or while we're walking through the energy, sorry, but you can't. No, I'm just kidding. You are allowed to shift around, move. For me personally, there are times where I have to sit up, like something will happen and I'll need to move. So feel free to move however you need to. So you could gently close your eyes. However you choose to be, let's let the shoulders rest down. Excuse me. Let the shoulders rest down. Let the top of the head rise up. We'll just take a few breaths and allow the breath to anchor you to this present moment. All healing is in presence. All time, all space is in presence. So the breath anchors us to the present moment. So just as best as you can, breathing in, letting the belly rise, letting the breath reach the bottom of the lung, and breathing out, belly gently towards the spine. And as we gather together here, we come together calling on the highest love and light. We call on unconditional love and divine energy. Allowing the body to rest, calling on the seraphim angels, the archangels, ascended masters, saints and sages. Call on all of our spirit guides, our guardian angels, our animal guides, and all those on the other side that love each of us unconditionally. I call on the Akashic records and the Council of Light. I call on our star families. I call on the energy of all the directions, the northeast, southwest. I call on the energy of the sun, the moon, and the planetary systems that support our energetic frequency. I ask that this experience be gentle and be in the highest and best for each of us here and for this world, and so it is. Healing the body, fully resting. Well, as we begin here, we'll stay with the breath, breathing in, opening up. And breathing in, let that exhale carry away any physical, mental, emotional tension. Again, as I mentioned earlier, this experience is about meeting ourselves exactly where we're at, which in this outside world, outside of this container that we're bringing ourselves to, there is a more commonality for us to hide parts of ourselves. And as we arrive here together, this is about meeting yourself with loving awareness. And so much of our strain or suffering can be fighting with what is. I'll invite you here to open a door. Just energetically feel that feeling of opening a door to meeting what is in your life, in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, with loving kindness, loving awareness, the true energy that you are. Calling on the highest light, the highest energy, bringing that energy to surround us, to be within us. I want you to feel, see, sense about a foot over the top of your head. This is the soul star chakra. You to just feel where that space is for you. And as you're feeling into this space, we're going to bring in the visual, the feeling, the sense of beautiful light. Okay, this loving awareness and loving presence of light. And here we're meeting in the physical, but we're also meeting outside the physical. Those of us in different locations are connecting at this moment. As we come together, as we ignite the soul star chakra, we're reconnecting all of us as this has been orchestrated to connect on a soul level, which is outside of time, which is outside of space. So, knowing that from an energetic perspective, from your soul's perspective, again, that this has been orchestrated, whether you know each other or not, to support and to help and to reconnect because everything is connected. We are all connected at all times. Your soul star chakra is opening up here. That presence of your soul, of the highest self, of your eternal self. So, although we're all connecting and visualizing here, energetically tapping into your own intuition, let's bring a color in. And I want you to follow your own guidance, your inner guidance, the color that's coming in your soul star chakra here. And allow, beautiful, allow that light and that energy to begin to just open up and expand. Each breath, the body is going to get a little bit heavier, a little bit heavier, a little bit heavier. And I want you to imagine that that light, which is beyond time and space, you're bringing that frequency into the room that you're in. So you're going to feel that light open and fill the room that you're in, the floor, the ceiling, the walls, all of the air that's around you, which is life force energy, all of the air that's around you. I want you to see beneath you. So here we have yoga mats at home, a couch, chair, the floor. I want you to see just that light creating like a bed container for you for this experience. Rest into that container, that blanket of light beneath you. And so, here, as we continue on this journey together, which is really what this is, it's a remembrance, it's a reclaiming. Although we're opening to the higher frequencies, we are still here on Earth. So we're going to just take a quick connection of our root chakra to the heart of Mother Earth. Find the base of your tailbone. That's the center of the Muladhara. And let's create a thread of light, a cord of light. You see the color that you see that's best for you. See that cord of light go down through the floor, the basement, earth. Keep letting that light keep pushing down, keep pushing down. So I want you to see the light moving through the levels and the layers of earth until you reach the heart of Mother Earth, a crystalline grid of light. I want you to see this light in your root plug into the heart of Earth and feel her love and her creation and her kindness, that energy that you feel when you're in nature, the peace. That is the energy of the heart of Earth. That is your personal connection to the Earth, which is also the energy of the mother. And when we talk energetically about the mother is unconditional love. So allowing, feeling, and sensing that energy of Earth to come up through the cord. Let it anchor you. Let your legs be heavy, your ankles, the joints and the toes, the soles of the feet. As the energy from Earth fills and anchors the root, it brings to you the feelings of safety. And when we're experiencing this type of healing, it's key for the body to feel safe in order to relax. Now, your body, your mind is always acting, responding, reacting in ways that it believes it's keeping you safe. Comfort is not the number one concern of the body or the mind. So, noticing where your body's out at here. Again, this is about loving awareness, but we're telling the body that it's safe now. And that's what Earth is saying. You are safe. And in this safety, in this foundation, where we have permission to let the energy field open, to let your nervous system go to the parasympathetic. And as I mentioned earlier, that you might feel sensations. It's very common, weird sensations, little movements. Let that all happen. Trust your body's wisdom. Trust the body's knowledge. This is the perfect vehicle for your soul at this moment. Every experience that you have had up until now, even though some have been absolutely brutal, every experience has brought you to this moment of self realization and who you really are, and you are safe. You can even let waves or the energy of safety just move through your energy system here. See that light that you called into this room building and clearing the space so that the space that you're in is energetically pure for your soul to become more present, for your energy to open and expand. Let's see a beautiful globe of light in the center of your root chakra, where you created that thread, where the earth is fueling the root. And I want you to see this beautiful globe of light appear in the root, aligning safety with this experience, with walking on earth, with being exactly where you are. And I want you to see a globe of light begin to emerge in your sacral between the hips and aligning safety with your creativity, with your inspiration, and with your flow of emotions. Again, this world encourages us to contain our emotions in unconditional love and light. Emotions flow freely. And again, if you're experiencing this, I can guarantee that you are a very, very deep feeling person. And that's a beautiful thing. However, in order for empaths and intuitives to survive in this world, so that we have to contain, you're in a safe space to allow the energy of emotions to flow. There are no low vibration emotions. All emotions are valid. There's a reason that we have them. It's about meeting your emotions here with loving kindness and awareness. A globe of light in the center of your belly, aligning safety with feeling confident and powerful and moving forward, knowing that although I'm talking, you brought yourself here. You're creating this. This experience is all you. What you receive, what you take from this, it's all in your hands. It's your power. It's your connection to divine, remembering that power that you have. And a globe of light opens in your heart, the space of love, of empathy, of compassion, the anahata, feeling the heart space, just in to out, opening up. Do you take a deep breath? Let the breath open this space. And in that opening, And a reminder of even the most challenging moments have been happening for you and not to you. That is how powerful you are. That is how strong your spirit is. That when you created your life from the other side, when you created this concept of yourself and the soul contract of what you would experience and how you would help raise the vibration of this planet, you knew that you would be strong enough to come back through your open heart, which is the bridge between this side and the other side. You knew that you would be strong enough to transform, to reclaim those parts that it was just too much for. So allowing your heart to open and feeling that safety of Mother Earth, and my heart is open, and the willingness that you've showed up here, that shows courage and willingness. Give yourself that affirmation, like that you are doing this. This is not easy work. It is much easier to go on the phone, turn on the TV, or have a drink. This is the work of true healing. And in true healing, when your heart opens, as the heart opens, your vibration, that is where the vibration raises, is with the opening of the heart and allowing your true essence to come into this world. And your true essence doesn't say some emotions are good and some are bad, it loves all of them. So as your heart is opening here, the vibration of the energy in the room is shifting to the truth. Feeling into your throat, see a globe of light in the throat. That is the space of truth. Communication, creation through the word. And again, this space often gets shut down, even as a young child. Don't cry. Those two words, shutting down the expression. It is safe to express. You are an adult and you are in that space of reclaiming your power. And with this energy moving through the throat, the jaw unhinges, tongue off the roof of the mouth, letting the throat open to the truth, to speaking your truth, to feeling your truth. And even as we're getting deeper into this energy now, you could just open that window of what is true for me and honoring that, validating what is true for me. A globe of light opens in your third eye, the ajna, behind the eyes, the forehead. Let that area be soft, your sight, your vision, your visualization. However, you choose to be here, let the back of the head relax as much as possible. See, feel, sense that energy behind your eyes. This is the area of your visualization, your imagination. Okay, we're going to open the third eye here. I want you, okay, we're seeing this globe of light, and I want you to see right in the center of the brain, we have the pineal gland. Let's see, like a quartz crystal, your pineal gland just igniting. Excellent. Like lighting up and beams of light moving outwards from there. Perfect. Now I want you to see a beautiful heavenly switch, like a light switch, and we're going to switch on here. So turning on, I want you to see this switch as if it's your clairvoyance, your clear seeing, switch it on. Your clear audience, your clear hearing, switch it on. Your clear sentence, your clear feeling, flip the switch, and your clear cognizance, the clear knowing, turning that energy on. You are in control of how you see, how you visualize, the messages that you receive. See that as the third eye is opening and letting yourself in this, again, container of light know that it's safe to see. As the energy in the third eye is opening, using your intuition, I want you to just feel around the room that you're in. And you can see in this room, again, through the third eye, where your door is, where the windows, where the walls are, what's next to you or behind you. That is your third eye. The third eye is your imagination. So let your imagination open like you are a child as we continue on this journey together. We'll allow here a globe of light to open over the crown of the head, your crown chakra, your connection to divine, to source, your connection to oneness. And in this moment and in this time and space, it is safe. It is safe to be connected to source. I want you to feel that energy that's been building around you as you're lighting up within. I want you to see that that energy is connecting not only physically in this space of all of us here, but also around the country as we're connecting to other areas. Know that that energy, everything is connected. That energy is becoming stronger and stronger by our connection. And with that connection, I want you to see immediately you hear a channel of light that goes upwards, that goes beyond the sky, beyond the sun, beyond the moon, stars, beyond the solar system to the highest realms, which is infinite space. And seeing as you move upwards towards that energy, that the energy, like snow or rain, comes back down through that channel. And here, the space that you're in is at the highest frequency. I want you to feel again the four corners of the room that you're in, and we'll feel Archangel Michael holding the space in the four corners with his sword of light. Again, safety, anchoring, and holding the space. Feel into the body now. Feel that light, that intelligence moving through you here. Notice here, before we go deeper, is where the body is communicating with you. And where does the body often communicate with you? And we'll feel back into the heart. Let your shoulder blades open up. I want you to see a beautiful gold window between the back of the shoulder blades. And you're going to open up that window. And I want you to see the light that's in this room just rush in through the back of the heart, receiving love, receiving light, repeating internally, I am open now to receive. And the energies, the heart is opening, is building in your solar plexus, the energy of so hum, the I am, or I am that. You are this energy. You are calling in, receiving. That which we desire is us, calling to us. Resting into this space. We're going to feel into the heart. And I want you to imagine now that you could actually travel into the heart space. And as you're traveling into that space, I want you to just let your imagination start to open, begin to see what it is that you see because you are intuitive, you are clairvoyant. And see what you see. You're going to keep traveling and going in through the heart. And as you go in through the heart, you're going to keep going until you come to a beautiful golden bridge. So you'll keep going until you see this beautiful golden bridge begin to emerge. Underneath the bridge is beautiful, majestical water flowing, purifying, cleansing. Again, as we continue on the journey, you're going to keep going back to your childlike imagination. So, seeing the bridge, let it get even more ornate, even more majestic. See the magic within the water beneath. And we're going to cross the bridge to the other side, the divine side of the heart, the essence, your true essence, even further going into that space. So I want you to begin to approach the bridge. And as you reach the bridge, you're going to start to walk on the bridge. And I want you to see your feet lighting up here. With each step on the bridge, your feet are lighting up, receiving that energy, seeing the smoothness of the bridge, the feeling of love as you walk in this space. And as you're beginning to get to the center towards the second half of the bridge here, I want you to see, feel, or sense one of your guides that's here to meet you. And maybe you sense them through a presence or a scent or song or feeling, trusting your intuition, or maybe you don't know yet. And that's okay. Just trust that your guide is here. This is one of your main guides that I'm hearing for you. This is one of the guides who's been with you since the second you took your first breath. And they're saying before, they've been with you before that in the planning stages. Oh, and in your past lives, that knows exactly every moment and every feeling that you've had. They've been here holding you through this experience and reminding you that you have felt alone, but you've never actually been alone. That's all the Maya, that's all the earth illusion. So as the energy around you and the frequency is at this higher, these higher realms, the veil is so thin right now. So you might, I'm going to keep us going, but this is important for everybody here. Please keep listening. You're going to receive messages from your own guides. You're going to hear from loved ones as we continue on the other side. So pay attention to the subtle energies that move within you. Your guide meets you at the edge of the bridge here and begins to guide you through a beautiful, magical forest here. So I'm going to let your guide start to take you through the forest, see the lights, see the magic, see animals, see the colors. As you're walking through the forest, you're going to begin to feel the feelings of that you feel here on earth in nature, but magnified. That what you feel here on earth is just a little piece of what your soul feels in the fullness of nature. So continue walking through this forest. Feel and explore. Maybe you see animals, mystical creatures. Keep exploring here. I'm going to leave a couple moments of silence for you and your guide to explore before we go further. Here you'll begin to see a path through the forest. almost like it appears and opens up here, and you're going to follow this path. And as you're following the path, similar to the bridge, I want you to look down and see that your feet are lighting up here. They're lighting up as the energy of this planet is engaging with you, and feel that playfulness. Let your guide kind of envelope and show you the way here. You're going to follow on this path until you come to a beautiful river. And I want you to see the most beautiful river that your imagination will allow you to hear. And in this river, the color of the energy that opened in your soul star is predominantly the color that's running through this river here. But there are other colors and sparkles and energy in this space. And here you're going to walk over to the river, and I want you to just either, you could go into it, you could put your feet in it, follow your intuitive inner guidance, but go into the river and let the river here begin to cleanse, to purify. Water is purifying, it's cleansing, it's releasing. You let that energy here flow over you, through you, letting the energy take away anything that holds you back from feeling like your highest and most powerful self. And allowing yourself here to notice. You can even put your hands in the water, notice the colors, the changes. Notice now how you're beginning to feel even more illuminated, even more like your true self. And you'll cross through the river. And as you arrive on the other side, your guide here is waiting for you and is going to take you on a path. And as you walk the path, the guide is going to lead you to a beautiful bonfire in the middle of this majestical wood. And as you arrive, I want you to feel sitting around this fire your guides, your ancestors. That's very strong for everyone here, making sure that you feel the ancestors here, feeling their support, feeling their love, and feeling kind of that openness of, remember how far back ancestors go, that it's not just one to two to three generations, it's all of the generations. And when you heal your family line forwards and backwards. So feeling their energy. So culturally, I'm seeing a lot of different. So we have different cultures here of ancestors. I want you to feel. So I'm seeing like some Native American, some like Russian, some other Irish, and Celtic, pagan. So I'm seeing all different types. So for yourself, see what your ancestors open up to it energetically. How would they be celebrating around this fire, this beautiful celebration here for you? And as you arrive, you're going to walk over to the fire, and I want you to start to see yourself feeling dressed, looking like your highest self now. You've cleansed, you've purified, you are deep within the energy of unconditional love. So see yourself there and feel as you arrive the heat of the fire. See it lighting you up. And see that as you're lighting up, that your earthly body, your earthly essence has this fire, this Agni in the solar plexus for power. That is such a big part of what brings you here right now, is this ignition of your power and how powerful you really are. So feel that fire burning in front of you and within you. And here, Allowing yourself now to take any thought forms or take any memories. It doesn't have to be one particular age. It could be this morning or yesterday. It could be 50 years ago. It could be a month. So, whatever it might be, I want you to imagine that your guide and your ancestors are hanging out with you here. And you're going to pack up whatever it is you're ready to let go of. What is that belief that you have about yourself? I want you to imagine like you're packing it up and you can throw it into the fire. And fire is alchemy, it changes, transforms one energy to another. Energy can't be created or destroyed, can only be changed and transformed. So, here at your own pace, packing up that memory, that feeling, that idea of who you are, or that story. And I want you to see it go in. You can do as many as you want here. Let it go into the fire. See the fire consume, and that flame, that ignition of energy that is lighting up your solar plexus, empowering you. You are letting go here of the old stories, which is all that it is on earth. They're all old stories. So see the stories going into the fire and letting go. Feel that power. Feel the grace that comes along with it. Here, having a seat here and allowing the ancestors to anoint you in their way, in their culture that feels so like it's a remembrance within you of how you've experienced this with them in other lives. Allow that energy receive their recognition, receive their gratitude. And as you do here, your guide is going to take you to one more stop. So we're going to go back through the forest and you're going to follow the path with your guide now. Notice how you're feeling now. Remember, all emotions are valid. So any emotions that are flowing through you is a beautiful thing. See your feet lighting up, see that anointment, and you're going to keep following this path. You'll keep following the path until the path opens and you arrive on the most beautiful beach. And as you walk on the beach here, you're going to start to see your feet lighting up again with the earth or the energy of this planet that you're on lighting up. I want you to look up into the sky here, and you're going to see otherworldly colors, stars, planets, again, maybe majestic beings, allowing here again that childlike wonder to open up here, seeing different colors, again, allowing yourself to remember um, how broad and how many possibilities there are, and how familiar this space is for you here. And as you're standing in this space, let yourself receive just the warmth and kind of like that excitement of, oh, yeah, like I remember this space and how that feels to you. And you're going to look at the water and you're going to see the waves crashing. And intuitively, you'll feel called to walk over to the waves. And as you do, you're going to notice, you can put your feet in the water and notice that If you look down the water a bit, you're going to go with the first age that comes to mind, that your younger self is there in the water with their feet in the water. I want you to don't try to change it. Go with the first age that you see and notice what they look like. See your child's hair, eyes, clothing, feet in the water. See what their hands look like. See them just at the edge of the water. Let them kind of show you this space that's around you. And you're going to go over and have a seat next to this younger self. And if it's age appropriate, the younger self could sit on your lap as if they're your own child. And I want you to hold them or play with their hair or whatever makes sense in a loving way, this loving awareness, again, as if it's your own child here. And I want you to allow this younger self to tell you what their life is like. Allow them to let you know what it's like with their caretakers or their parents or their siblings or their school or friends. And just listen. Let them explain to you what their daily life is like. Let them cry. Let them speak. Let them tell you the good things too. But you're going to hold them and allow all of this experience of who they are in their life at this time be present. Let them as if they could energetically take you into their home, showing you their room, their life, their lifestyle. And sitting on the beach here, I want you to just begin to hold them a little tighter here and let them know how seen they are by you. And maybe I'm feeling like they're back okay, so you might be back in the house with kind of holding hands with your younger self walking around your younger home. So allow yourself here to let them know how seen they are, that all of their feelings that they're not allowed to have are valid. Let them know who you are now. Let them know that you're on this very powerful healing journey. Let them know how grateful you are for the challenges that they took on, this innocence that this child took on to help this world and to help your soul open, remember, and heal. Let them know what your life is like now. Tell them exactly how old you are. Tell them if you have children, what you're like as a parent. And let them know that everything that they went through was so challenging and so hard. And let them know that it's over and that you're in the space of being the parent now to that child within, and that you're creating a life that meets all of their needs that were unmet at that age, and to no fault and no blame outside. All of those around us were moving from their level of consciousness and awareness, and you're letting your inner child know now that you are moving from a higher state of consciousness now. So it's time for them to see how safe they are now, to see that in your daily life moving forward, that you are taking care of them now, that you are protecting them now, that they're allowed to be creative, to play, to feel, to cry. Let them know that everything that you are creating for those outside of you, you are also creating for that inner child within you. Allowing here any other exchanges or anything else that needs to be said. And as this exchange is occurring, all of those lights and stars and planets you saw above you, I want you to see that there's one particular that lights up and sends one beam of light in the same color that you saw as we opened up the soul star. When you see that color come down and wrap around until you can't see the two of you anymore, and let that color envelope you, calling back parts of the self, releasing any contracts that keeps this part separate, reclaiming that child into your energy field fully and completely. And as that retrieval is taking place here, I want you to go back. You're still on the beach. I want you to see just your higher self here, just this version of yourself that's here now, just standing on the beach. And on one side of you was the inner child. And I want you to feel a presence on the other side. And as you look there, I want you to see your future self. You choose the age. And I want your future self to go over, and I want you to feel this older version of you go over and hold your hands. Let the waves, let the water wash over both of you here. And I want you to receive and to understand here from the future self how monumental this moment was. And that in fact you've done this in other times in your life, subconsciously, but now you're at a point of healing consciously. And let your future self tell you how proud of you they are, how seen you are, that it hasn't been easy. And let your future self show you, as if they could open up a screen for you here, the waves of healing from this moment that moved out to your family, to your friends, to your life, how peaceful things began to be, how powerful you felt. But let them show you how far out this ripple of healing can occur. Not only for yourself, but for all those who come into contact with you, because all frequencies are always exchanging. Let them show you a day and a week from now of this reclaimed energy and what your life looks like now. I'll let them show you next year, next month, 5 years, 10 years, 20, and showing you here, they're showing you all of the blessings that now, with this new commitment to that self within, how much you're open to receive from, how much uh, you're able to create from the wholeness of the self. That this was a life changing moment and a life changing experience that opened a whole flow of energy that was able to be with you for the rest of this life on earth. And with that, one of the stars, planets, lights up above. And I want you to see that beam of light coming down and lighting you and your higher self up, wrapping around as it did with your younger self, and allowing that integration, that understanding to occur on the soul level, which carries over to the physical, the mental, and the emotional. Here, I want you to see yourself back on the bridge and see on the bridge here all the details that you saw before, the water below, the light. And you'll notice now even more than you were able to see before. If your guide is still with you, let them come with you across the bridge, coming back to the earthly realm, but bringing with you all of this energy, all of this healing as you're walking over the bridge. I want you to see yourself completely lit up. And as you're walking over the bridge here, I want you to remember in the beginning as you pulled in Mother Earth, those globes of light in each of the chakras. I want you to see them coming outside of the body and into the aura now. So you brought in a globe, but through this opening and expansion, that those globes are all around, within and all around. And this energy, this healing seals through each of the energy centers. You can feel the energy in the space that you're in, that color, that light. See this entire experience that cord of light has been anchoring you to earth. When we do this type of healing, it's really multi dimensional when we're in the quantum field, many things happening at once. Let yourself just kind of see some of those because you're so intuitive and so available for that as a healer. So let yourself see and feel all of these different um, energies that are occurring simultaneously. Feeling the energy in your aura. But the energy in the aura as if it's just expanding here. Knowing that with this type of healing that there's an energetic sovereignty and power that occurs. So instead of absorbing others' energy, you're pushing your energy out because that's how strong the core of the essence is here. So you'll see the energy from in pushing outwards. And let's let the energy here, we'll send healing to all those who are suffering, those who are perhaps children suffering now, or those children suffering within adults at this moment. I want you to just, in the highest and best, sending that energy out. You could see it wrap around this planet, sending as a gift to anyone who's open and willing to receive this light, receive this frequency, to receive the nudge or the feeling of, or the message of how they can transform and find healing for themselves. See the planet lit up and feel the energy of Mother Earth here, her love, her appreciation. There is so much. The more conscious we become, the more alive you feel Mother Earth. So feel her here. And let her know, her tell you how proud of you she is and how grateful. You're welcome to stay in this position for as long as you feel called. Seals with the golden shield of light. I ask that everyone here continues to receive the energy as this healing integrates, and so it is. So she's slowly at your pace coming back. I'm going to leave some quiet here. If when we're in the moment, we're working in the subconscious, and it's very clear in the moment. And as we go back into our lives, sometimes that clarity falls away. So I would invite, when you're ready to come back, to write down any experiences that you've had. Leave open time. If anyone wants to share, of course, you do not need to share.